Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up. Slam. Check.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. On second and 11 now. Cousins. It's probably a fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. They come up first and 10 at the 16. From the gun, Jackson. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Willie Snead there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, you've got to like that start on both sides of the football. You force the 3 and out, and then you score on your first drive.
Well, I know someone who doesn't like that start.
Well, yeah, the other side.
Yeah, they don't like that at all, right? This is not the way it's supposed to be. But what you just described, that's team football, all right? When you get a 3 and out, you're supposed to take advantage of it on the offensive side of the ball. You said, thank you very much for getting us the rock. Let's put it in the end zone, and they did exactly that.
And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 15 yards on the play, first down. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. A toss to Cook. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Throwing is Cousins. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Here's Jones on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the slant. Hey, watch that. Watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. I know he ain't got it.
Now on 2nd and 13. Jackson. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And the pressure gets to him again. Linval Joseph picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. That's pulled in at the 32. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Vikings, they'll be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. On 1st down, Cook. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. A gain there of 21 yards. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. 2nd quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. While we have a second, wanted to check in on how the first-year head coaches are doing, because week 1 was not very kind to them. They went 1-6-1. Matt LaFleur was the only winner. But week 2, not a ton better, Charles. They were 3-5.
And really not a surprise. And remember, Freddie Kitchens and Adam Gase squared off on Monday night with Freddie Kitchens and the Browns getting the victory. But Bruce Arians, Matt LaFleur, they won this week as well. But again, not a major surprise, because typically, if you're a new head coach, you took over a bad team, so you're just trying to build and get better. But Matt LaFleur right now, the clear winner, 2-0 in the early going.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10 from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another 1st down.
Check, check. 54. Coming to you. Coming to you. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Wait. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. So we got man.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Flush to his right. And avoids the contact by sliding. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson towards the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Ingram. Anthony Harris on the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
From the 44, Jackson. Rush coming, and he's taken down. There for the sack, Everson Griffin. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Now Jackson throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction.
Right there.
They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Charles, a little league-wide news as the Browns were taking care of the Jets on Monday Night Football Week 2. We got word that Dolphins safety Minkah Fitzpatrick continuing the exodus from Miami. He was traded to the Steelers in exchange for a first-round draft pick next spring.
And that means Miami is exchanging a 1, Minkah Fitzpatrick, who they used that to acquire, for a 1 next spring. And how valuable will that pick be? Well, the Steelers are 0-2. Ben Roethlisberger's out for the season. This could turn out to be a high number 1 pick because the Steelers have been struggling this season, lit up by Tom Brady, Russell Wilson in successive weeks to start the year. We could have a Steelers team that could turn into a top 10 pick for the Miami Dolphins.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. On first down, it's Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Cousins. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
Check tight. Hey, watch out. Check Mike 54.
After the interception, here's Jackson. He's going to loft one deep left side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now Cousins. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number one. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And now here is another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Ravens ready to receive it. And they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had an ability to see what you...
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Eric Kendricks leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6.
Watch twins. Watch twins. Let's go. Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson eluding the pressure right. Caught right side. It's Snead. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for third down. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
54. Mike 54. I got you, son. I got you. You're all mine. You're all 22. Jet cover. 22.
Fakes it to Roberts, right side. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Jackson's going to try the sneak, and he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
Ready. 54 Mike. Three bud. That's it. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
This time Jackson will throw it. Buying time to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Ingram. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. They run from the pistol with Ingram. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Check right.
Here's Jackson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Right there. 54, right there. 54 Mike. I'm here all day. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54. Yeah. You don't want none.
Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Watch tight. Tight is right. 4 down.
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he'll lay out out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. Give them 18 there and give the Vikings a first down. Cousins on first down. He'll find his receiver. That's Chad Beebe. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Rudolph on the receiving end from Cousins. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Kyle Rudolph. 33 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Bailey got the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 34. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now Jackson on first down. Steps away to his left. And his throw here is incomplete. Trying to get it to Willie Snead there. And that'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Check, 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 check.
Jackson now on 2nd and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Man open left side is Brown. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Now, those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So here comes Justin Tucker in a big spot. Made his first, this now from 42 yards out. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
And my goodness, another interception. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Well, listen, it's a team game. We know that. But where would these guys be right now, Charles, without their defense? They take over here following the turnover. Defense did it again. But on offense, they have to feel like, hey, we need to do something.
You're exactly right. You just mentioned it. The defense did it again. They bailed them out on a number of occasions in this contest. It's time for them to repay the defense at the least. Keep the ball for a while. Give those guys a break so they can catch their breath.
From the 45 on second down, Jackson dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. They'll run on first down. Ingram, and an alley to run. The 20. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Mark Ingram, 45 yards as the Ravens push further out in front. So the Ravens will keep the offense on the field as they're going to go for 2.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got double up, double up.
This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Let's go.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. Cousins now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Well, the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. To throw on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. 22 yards there, a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. He's going to fire this thing deep. It's caught at the 10. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
This will be caught at about the 5. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, Cook. He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. Third and short yardage. Cousins to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
4th down, Cousins. And no, it's incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Ravens come up big down at their own goal line. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. Oh, he breaks a tackle, and he's got an alley. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Play action. Now Jackson. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe just sitting out and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they...
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. On first down, it's Ingram. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Jackson. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run.
They've got his man complete. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field.
50 yards on the play. That's good for the Vikings. First down.
So Cousins heads to the Vikings sideline, and on is Dan Bailey to try the field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And he's going to miss this one. Wide to the left from distance. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their background.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. Now, I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover.